What it do? What it do? What it do? Lakers crew. Welcome back to the Lakers Over Everything YouTube channel. How you guys doing today? We got a special guest. My man is in the house. You guys heard me talk about him. He's the co-host of this channel, of this stream. My man, Lakers Bryce. How you doing, sir? How you doing?
What's going on? What's going on? I'm good, brother. I'm good.
Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the
Yes,
stream.
sir.
Go ahead and introduce the people to yourself. Let them know how much of a diehard fan you are. Let them know what the Lakers mean to you. Go ahead, let them know your Laker blood, that purple and gold blood running through your veins. Let them know.
Glad to be here, man. This Lakers Bryce coming to you live. Southern California native, Compton to be exact. Diehard Lakers fan. Man, diehard. All I know, been there for all the championships, a little bit of an old head. So, I can say I've been there. All I'm used to is winning, So, yeah, man, bleed that purple and gold.
Yes.
Man, just excited, one of those fans that carry my fandom on my sleeve,
Right.
Take the losses kind of hard,
Right. We didn't cry together. We celebrated. We didn't pop bottles together. Everything.
All that, man. We have a down year or two, man. We got to get back at it. Can't stay down too low. It's hurt too much.
Right.
Yeah, man. But that's me. I'm glad
him.
to be here. I'm glad to be here on the channel, man. Talk
Yes.
Lakers all day. And it's my passion. It's what I like to do.
Yes. You guys will see so much of him. He'll be on the channel all the time. Sometimes you'll see me alone. Sometimes you'll see him alone. Sometimes you'll see us together. It just all depends. But today is Lakers game day, baby. We are a little early.
Yes, sir.
Show today because I'm actually heading back out to Staples. I'll be there tonight. So we had to get on here a little early. And I want to officially introduce my boy here. So welcome to the channel. If this is your first time checking out the channel, do us a favor. First, welcome, and do us a favor. Come on and join our family. We would love to have you a part of our purple and gold family over here. That's all that matters. You bleed purple and gold. We bleed purple and gold. You're a Lakers fan. We're Lakers fans. So together we have our little Lakers family over here. It's Lakers over everything. Our motto over here, it's purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold, we ride, baby. Lakers over everything. So do us a favor. Hit that subscribe button and join our family. We want to thank you guys for 500 family members. Man, the channel is growing. It's growing. It's growing. We're very excited. We're on our road to, we're on that road to 1K, baby. We're on that road. So thank you for everyone who's subscribed here, who's part of the family, and help us also share this video out. Do us a favor, share this video out. Tell some of your other Lakers friends, your other Lakers brothers and sisters to come on and join us. We want to have fun over here all year long. So welcome. If you're catching this video on the replay, then welcome. Some of you guys may be catching it on the replay. Again, we went on live early, so we'll give you enough time to catch this pregame, before tip-off tonight, all right? So welcome everyone in. We're going to dive right in. The Lakers are in action tonight for game number 3, baby, regular season game number 3. We are at Staples Center tonight against the Memphis Grizzlies. Moran.
Ja coming to town.
Ja and those Grizzlies are in town. They were in town. Actually, they came in town a little early as they played the Clippers last night. The second night of the back-to-back for them. So we are at Staples Center. Of course, we all know we are 0-2. We took L's to the Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors last Tuesday in our opener. And then this past Friday night, we lost to Chris Paul, Devin Booker, and the Phoenix Suns. So we come in 0-2. So we want to get that victory tonight, baby. We want to get that.
Yes, sir.
This is actually, Kimbo, I don't know if or Lakers brother, I don't know if you noticed, but this is the first time that the Lakers have dropped the first 2 games at home in franchise history. The first time we've been 0-2 at home in franchise history, man.
Has to be the first time, because that sounds like news to me. It was something I would have never thought of. You would have asked me down. No way.
Right.
So yeah,
tonight, baby. We got to get it tonight, but we got a little extra motivation tonight. It's our first time, in those Sunday whites, those fresh Sunday whites. So tonight, for the first time, we'll see Melo in that Sunday white. We'll see this man right here, Russell Westbrook, in his Sunday white. So the Sunday white will be out tonight.
I had to put the GOAT back there. I had to rep the GOAT.
Back there in his Sunday white. So, it's the first time tonight the Lakers are, at home on a Sunday. So yeah, it's a little extra motivation. The first Lakers Sunday Fun Day, Sunday White. So we got to get that W tonight in that. All right. All right. So again, the Memphis Grizzlies. Let's talk about them a little bit. Lakers Bradley. Let's talk about the Grizzlies. So they come in 2-0. Last week they defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers 132 to 121 in their season opener. And then last night, obviously they played the Clippers at Staples, as this is their second night of back-to-back at Staples tonight. They beat the Clippers last night though, 120 to 114. Ja Moran went off 28 points and 8 assists. He wasn't playing. He wasn't playing. He was
getting to it.
Right. And then all 5 of the starters, they actually came out, with double digits last night. Ja had 25. Bane had 19. Jared Jackson Jr. had 21 with 7 boards. Steven Adams had 17, 9 boards and 5 assists. And Melton, he dropped 22 with 7 boards. So, let's talk about them a little bit. Lakers Kimbo, tell us a little bit about Memphis. What can we expect tonight with Memphis?
No, Memphis is good young up and coming team. It's like it's still funny to say like Ja is up and coming. I mean, he only been in the league maybe like 3-4 years. He seemed like a vet already, but he's still young, up and coming. Man, dynamic, exciting player. We all know what we get with him. Mm-hmm. Memphis is they're a very good young team, man. I mean, just barely missed the playoffs in the bubble. Right. Barely missed it last year also. So they're right there on the brink, Definitely a team that you don't want to play coming down the stretch. They're another year older. They're getting some players back, like Jaren Jackson Jr. Right. He's a good young forward, young wing. Mm-hmm. And man, they're going to be a dangerous team. I believe they grew up a lot. Right now, they're missing one of the key defenders in Dylan Brooks. Right. He's out. He's out for a few games, but I'll be like a fractured hand and a little thigh contusion or something. Okay. He'll be reevaluated. They'll reevaluate him, once they probably get home off the road game, off the road swing. But yeah, man, Memphis is a good young team. Yeah. I try to catch them when I can. Scary.
They're exciting. They're exciting.
Exciting. Yeah. They have, like I said, once again, they have a dynamic player over there in Ja. And what many people, call like a younger Westbrook.
Right. So, here we go. I was going to say that. CA, welcome to the stream, man. He says Ja Morant got to be the best young player. Those are facts, man. That man is exciting.
Yes, he is.
Superstar indeed, man. He's up there with with some of those young guys, Trey Young and all those cats, man. He's up there. I think he's right there in the mix. The future's in good hands. He's very exciting. He actually comes in averaging like 32.5 points, albeit it's a small sample size, only 2 games. But I think he's gonna come out hot tonight. He's gonna come out. Everyone, that's the thing with the Lakers. We gotta expect it. It's always been the case, but especially this year with our big. So everyone's gonna give us our best, man. They're gonna give us their best, right? They're gonna come out
give us their best
playoff game. It's early for us, but they're playing like it's playoffs just because it's us. They're getting hyped for us. And on the Sunday night with the Sunday Whites, we're gonna get the best from Memphis. We're gonna get the best from Ja. So this is gonna be a fun game to watch, man. It's gonna be a fun game.
It's gonna be very fun. Right. I would like to in particularly watch the matchup between Ja and Westbrook. This should be a good one.
Yeah.
For sure. And what I feel like both teams are very talented, have a lot of good players on both sides. Maybe a little bias. I feel like the Lakers have that, that veteran swag with, future Hall of Famers. Right. So they should be able to top them. But just that matchup.
That's the thing.
In particular, should be a great one to look at within the game.
That Ja Russ matchup, 2 of the fastest players in the league by far. Definitely at the guard. But at the guard spot. So that's gonna be fun seeing them go at it. Russ is not one to shy away from matchups and competition.
No, not at all. Not at all. That's good. We need that.
Welcome that. And I think tonight we're gonna get a dog, Russell Westbrook, man. I think Ja's gonna bring that dog out in him. And Ja likes to yap a little bit. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. That's a fun matchup. That's the matchup of the night. Ja Morant versus Russell Westbrook. See them two go at it. And then, we got to see Russ in the post, man. Russ is big and strong. So go in that post and post Ja up a little bit. and let them know, you got to get in that weight room a little bit. You ain't on my level yet. Go ahead and let them know.
Yeah,
that.
going around him with foot speed, I don't think it's
it's
not gonna be all that effective. You can stay right in front of him, But if you get to doing that, man, Russ need to go down low, body him up a little bit, get the rocking that baby on him.
There we go. There we go. John gonna come back and try to rock it back.
Most definitely.
Last game early in the game, first quarter, Russ put some work on Booker, and then he went and rocked it. But later on in the game, Devin Booker got him back, and then Devin Booker was mocking him. He was rocking it. So a lot of rocking the baby tonight from both sides, from Ja and Russ. It's gonna be a fun matchup to watch. And then the Lakers, man, we just got they're a young team. They're dynamic. They're electric. But we at home, man. We can't be no punks, man. We can't be getting punked at home. We already lost 2 on our home court. Tonight, man, we got to show these young boys what's up. We are the Lakers. Everybody needs to understand what that purple and gold means. AD, come on, bro. You got to come out on fire, bro. You came out, I don't even want to talk about it. But last game, he came out slow. He was getting punked around out there, man. James Worthy said it. He can't be getting punked. AD, you got to punk them boys tonight. Steven Adams, he should not be able to do nothing with you. I know he's a big body, but AD, you got to crush that man tonight.
Yeah. Come on. Far as brute strength and trying to bully him in the post, even though AD put on some muscle, I mean, we talking about Steven Adams. You gotta be. I'm gonna be realistic. I don't think he's gonna be able to just throw his weight around on him, not at all. But he could do things like use his speed, use his athleticism, to put Adams in compromising positions, and then hopefully get him in foul trouble. You want to get him out of there. You want to get to that second string guy. Then you can go to work, start abusing him. We should be able to do that with AD. Well, we still have Dwight coming off the bench. He could go at it let him go at it with Adams all night long. That'd be fun. I would tell Dwight, use all 6 of them. Use all 6 of them, bro. Just go in there. Just go body him up, pester him. You know what I'm saying? Don't let nothing in the paint easy. Which, just to touch on the last game, man, they scored too many points. Sorry to say, man, I'm from that old school Lakers era. Like, bro, you can't come in here, man. You're going to smack somebody across the head real quick. Just let them think twice about just walking up in your house like that.
Man, you can't. That's what I'm talking about. You can't let these boys come punk us. I don't care how big Adams is. I don't care who the center. You can't let these boys punk us. We're at home. You got on the purple and gold. Come on, bro. You got it.
We know they're mostly gonna shoot. They have young guys that can penetrate. Ja like to penetrate, but he has a steady balance attack. At all 3 levels. He got mid range. He got dribble drive. He got 3-pointer. But just don't let him think he could just take off, go around you, and just tee off on whoever's standing in the key. Like, I ain't trying to say hurt the young boy, but let him know you're there. And like, hey, young fella, it ain't gonna be that easy tonight. Go earn it from outside.
We did this last night.
He took them to school.
Tonight. So that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be exciting. Let's see what else we got. Again, if you're checking us out for the first time, welcome to the stream. If you're catching a replay of this, then welcome. Thank you guys for being here. Hit that like button as you come in. Also, feel free to subscribe, man. This is our channel. It's not just us. It's us and you guys. Together we make up this channel, so we want to talk to you guys. So make sure you get down in those comment section. Also, you can hit us up on our socials. Hit us up on the Lakers Over Everything IG page. It's Lakers_over_everything. It'll be down in the description box down below in this down below. So check that over there. We during the game, while the game is on, we post pictures, we post videos, we post some breaking news. We also have our Twitter page. It's down there as well. So hit us up, come talk to us. We want you to be a part of the family. All right. Let's talk a little bit about this 0-2 start that we've gotten out to. Again, it's early in the season, only 2 games, so it's nothing to panic about. I'm not too much worried about it. I know you're not either. It's just things we want to see, right? Us being fans, we want to win. We had that first round exit last year, so we're hungry for a win. We haven't won since last year.
For real.
I think we'll get it tonight, but we'll talk about that a little bit more later. But let's talk about this 0-2 start. So obviously we kicked the season off with the Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry, Golden State. A very entertaining game. We pretty much had had a nice control of that game for the first 3 quarters. You know, we kept Steph, you know, in check a little bit. And then that fourth quarter came, and it was all bad. They got off to that 15-5 run, and you know, they ended up getting that victory over it was 120, what was it, 114-107 victory. They beat. So
yeah, that one just like I said, I don't really recall at the moment, you know, how it got out of hand. It just seemed like just a couple buckets from Poole, and next thing I know, they down 50.
Yeah, right. It's crazy how that happened. Like I said, we had it.
That's how fast it went.
3 quarters.
Yeah, so they had that. I mean, definitely, we know. Hey, everybody, especially us being here in LA, we hear it all the time, man. Retirement home, Lakers are old. I don't care nothing about that. I mean, not that concerned. Let's put it that way. I think we still have what it takes to defend the perimeter, which is key against teams like Golden State. I mean, even Memphis, you know, they're not going to attack the basket per se. I mean, Phoenix does a good job of attacking the basket and living in the paint. I don't think they'll be to that extent, but Memphis is a good, you know, jump shooting team. You know, they're gonna get their buckets. You know, they're gonna rebound. They're gonna play hard. They're gonna come with that Memphis grit.
Right.
And but I believe we have the guards to be able to stay with the young guys, young fellas, and defend the perimeter. You know, not let them get too hot and tee off on us. So what far as our perimeter defense, I believe we should be able to get it done tonight against this young team.
Right.
You know, we definitely have the big fellas, you know, down low to back us up. So we should be able to contain them. We should be able to keep Ja out of the paint. You know, like I said, you're gonna have to earn it the hard way, young fella. See what kind of work you've been putting in over the summer with that jumper. So we should be, I mean, we ain't gonna be able to keep him out, you know, all game every single time. But I believe with Russ and with Bazemore and with Bradley, the bodies that we have to throw at them, we should be able to keep them, you know, outside of the painted area, you know, make them learn it tough way. We got to worry about Jaren. I mean, Jaren is very talented.
Right.
I mean, the man can score in a myriad of ways.
Right.
Nice, strong body. You know, very skilled, man.
Yeah.
He kind of gets overlooked, but, you know, for his size, very skilled. It may work in the Lakers' favor with them being without Brooks. Brooks, very good defender, so you could just kind of take him and put him on, you know, the best offensive player, sort of like how Phoenix does when they have Bridges guard LeBron, you know. But thankful in the Lakers' favor that they're without him tonight. Milton has come in and, you know, done really well in his absence. You know, we have to stop that. You know, I know the young guys probably still riding high from last night. You know, getting a victory over the Clippers. Hopefully they're a little tired. We catch them up tonight. So looking for that first W, man. We gotta get that monkey off our back. We gotta get that first win. Gotta get that first W in the win column.
Right.
We do that, you know, all the pain start going away.
Yeah.
AD and Dwight forgive each other for whatever they was arguing about.
Right.
The media start focusing on something else. So, you know, that's how it goes.
Let's talk about it a little bit. The chemistry, man. That's the thing that's supposed to set us apart. You know, set us apart from all these other teams, especially a young team like Memphis. Although they're bringing back their same core, and you know, we have 11 new pieces.
Yeah.
Bad. You know, so be real tight. That's supposed to carry us. That's supposed to get us through these growing pains, right? And then obviously we did see that little tussle AD and Dwight got into last game on Friday night. The world's talking about it. Everyone's talking about it. So everyone's seen it. Not a good look, not the best of looks. Again, that was just their competitive natures coming out. Both wanted to win. And at that point of the game, Phoenix was kind of having their way with us. So they chalked it up, you know, with it. It originated from a blown assignment, I guess. Dwight expected one thing, AD expected another thing, and it carried over to the sideline. And you know, it is what it is. They said they talked about it. They left it in the locker room. They moved on from it. That kind of happens when you're competitive, like those two guys are. when you're, two of the greats like those two guys are. But that's something we didn't want to see. But I think that, while the rest of the world is looking at, oh man, this team is in trouble. They got chemistry issues. Look at them fighting, blah, 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 all that. I believe that this is going to kind of spark our chemistry, man. This is going to spark the team. That incident is going to spark the team, spark our chemistry. It's going to draw us closer together. Well, how you feel about that, Bryce?
Oh man, I'm not too concerned about it. I look at it as one of those things, like you said, competitive guys, man. Both champions, both know what they're capable of, what's expected of them.
Right.
They know what's expected of this team, and they know what the team can achieve. So I feel like, it was just some frustration, out there. Things weren't going their way.
Yeah.
It started with the abundance of whistles they felt were going against them, and it just spilled over.
Yeah.
And AD, he in this moment of frustration, he kind of flexed this "I'm the team leader" muscle.
Right.
He has a little bit to learn about being the team leader. It's okay. It'll come with it. And I mean, to be honest with you, it's cool to have a little dust up, man. At least that show me you care. To show me you care. You could be on the bench looking up in the stands, like, man, I don't care that we down.
I got my paycheck today. It don't even matter.
Yeah. No, but that I don't have no problem with that, man. That's over. Everybody make the little joke. They say, "Oh man, they was arguing about the top 75 list."
Yeah, that's the fun part. We all know AD made that top 75 list, right? NBA released their top 75 for the NBA 75th anniversary. AD made the list. Dwight didn't. So that was the joke. I think I hit you up and said they over there fighting over that top 75 list.
Yeah, they fighting over that list. Hey man, what do you call it? Just come with your 76, 78 jersey on like Clay did, man. Just roll with it.
This is great to see, because obviously we got off to the 0-2 start and everyone's hitting the panic button, right? Everyone's going crazy. But then, us more level-headed fans, we're saying, man, calm down. It's only the second game. But to see that they're emotionally, into the season already at game 2, because they could just be on chill mode. Like LeBron is like, man, it's just game 2. It's whatever. No, they're actually heated up, and fired up about it.
Yeah.
They're mad about losing, So if your team is complacent in losing, I don't care if it's the first week or the middle of the season or whatever the case may be. If they're ever content in losing, that's a problem. So it's good to see that they're not content with the losing. And, there is some fire there.
Yeah, I have a feeling that, man, this game is going to be long and forgotten during this season. It's going to be one of those things. You're going to look back. I believe the Lakers are still going to have much success this season.
Right.
You already know how I really feel how it's going to end up.
Yeah.
But
18 downloading, baby.
Yeah, yes, sir. But I think it's gonna be one of those things, and people are gonna look back and say, "Oh yeah, they did have a little scuffle on the bench at the beginning of the season." It's gonna be one of those things, but by All-Star break, when they're clicking on all cylinders, they're locking teams up, and then now they're looking like, "Oh man, this team is scary." People are going to forget all about that they were fighting on the bench, man. Right. But as of right now, that's what I want to see. Not really like I want to see them like look bad in that light. People, it wasn't that type of situation. They was hitting the panic button. But I just want to see the competitive nature. I want to see, like I said, two not only professionals, but two champions. I want to see two champions who are fully aware of what they're capable of. I want to see them be competitive and care about, hey, man, you know what? Even though we did get the stop and we got the bucket on the other end, yeah, you blew an assignment. You know what I'm saying? Like we're looking long term. So, we're trying to tie up all those loose ends. And it's best to get it done now instead of saying, oh, man, we could just wait till game 60 and flip the switch. Yeah. Like, no, I'm glad to see him. I'm glad to see him ironing out now. And then as far as the rest of the team, as far as the rest of everything else coming together, I have total confidence in that. These lineups are gonna, Vogel is experimenting right now. We'll see if he comes out game 3 with the same lineup. But we all know during the season he's going to experiment with starting lineups. He's going to experiment with a second unit. He's gonna find a shooting unit. He's going to find a defensive unit. He's going to find a tall unit. So we all know, and each player's game is going to start to gel with each other. Like
More and
I
more.
believe fourth quarter of that Phoenix game, I believe the Lakers found a little something. They found a nice cohesion of talent and heart.
Yeah.
Within that group. I believe they ran out. And to be honest, it was a group that a lot of people talked about from game one in a negative light, because they ran out Westbrook, Rondo, Melo, Austin Reaves, and I forget who the other person was at the time. And then I know they brought in LeBron,
AD,
and subbed out Rondo, and then a couple minutes later they brought in AD. And that first initial group, when Austin Reaves came in, I call him AR-15. So y'all hear me say AR-15. Yeah, I know that's what I'm talking about. He came in, young and energetic. And Melo was playing like the prideful player that he is. And he came back, and Russ was able to, kind of do his thing. Sad to say, had to take AD out for a minute to do that, to open up the paint, but then Russ became Russ. And it showed me a dynamic that this team can go to. We saw game one where LeBron and AD were just monsters, and everyone was kind of struggling to see how they fit in with them. But then that fourth quarter, when Russ was the man, and we saw okay, LeBron played around Russ, Melo played around Russ, then AD came in, was complimentary to Russ, and that showed me something. I was like, this team could be dangerous. That team could be dangerous, because we went from 32. I mean, it took the majority. It took the better part of a whole quarter, but it was a whole quarter. How many times do teams come down from 32 to 10? And they're not just bombing. They're not just bombing threes.
Right.
Is what I'm trying to say.
In our game,
yeah.
It got down. Hey, we got a tweet I just saw from Mr. Irvin Magic Johnson.
Oh, let's go. What do you say?
And I think the Lakers are going to play their best game of the season tonight and beat the Grizzlies. We all know Magic with his tweets are so vanilla, right? Just so black.
Yeah.
But good to see Magic.
No, I love Magic tweets. I love Magic tweets. Speak from the heart.
Magic believes. If the Magic man believes, then I believe. That's enough for me. So
Oh yeah,
Right. So but what you were saying about that lineup, they cut that lead down from 32 to 9, man. And I was there. I was at the game live.
Yes.
And I'm like, man, we down by 32. Should I go ahead? It's Friday night. Should I go ahead and beat this traffic? Should I make that early exit and beat the traffic? No, I hung around a little bit, and then it started getting exciting. And I was like, oh man, I gotta stay. Only down to 9 points, and they was playing their style of basketball. And that's what I was feeling. You and I had this discussion off air about how Russ just needs to go and be Russ, man, whatever it takes. Now, the thing, and we're talking about, messing around with that starting lineup a little bit, and taking DJ off the floor and putting AD at the 5, so that way we don't have two guys clogging up that paint. I think that's what's happening in the first quarters when you have DJ and AD out there. Russ can't do his thing. Russ,
not at all.
Russ gets in the rhythm of the game by driving to the basket. He does that, and everything else starts. Then the rebounds start going, and then the assists start flowing. Per hour. So that's kind of what happened in that fourth quarter when AD sat. Russ was able to drive and attack. So I think we need to kind of try to get to that at the start of the game. And let Russ get settled in. LeBron, we're used to LeBron doing that, but LeBron is on a whole different vibe this year. LeBron is camping out at that 3-point line, and he's becoming a splash brother, right?
Yeah.
I'm not even mad at it because he's making them.
He's splash, huh?
He's making them. So do that, and that kind of allows Russ to do a little bit more, do his thing a little bit more, right?
Well, I mean, that was the idea behind bringing him here, right?
Yeah,
You know what I
he's
mean? Hey, he still got the legs, and the
right,
energy to, do all that, run up and down the court, drive into the paint
right.
for a full 82.
Uh-huh.
And, we all know what LeBron will do when it's time to get down to it. He'll put his body on the line. He'll
Yeah, yeah.
he'll go back to what he knows. He'll drive. And we all know he knows how to dig deep, So
I'm
right
not
now, no, I'm not worried about him at all. And I'm not really not worried about the team overall, but like you said, trying to get Russ to doing Russ. Like I said, I believe we found something in that fourth quarter. Now you might not be able to do it over the full course of a game. That'd be a little too much changing for an entire team. But we could possibly break the game open in spurts if we have that. I think you brought up a great point, what you said earlier about the starting lineup.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm not in favor of having DJ in that starting lineup. For one, like you said, I believe it clogs the paint, and then two, it allows us, or not allow, but it causes us to get off to slow starts, as opposed to AD, who can run. Not saying that he will get out there and run just from the jump, but at least with AD you have four other guards / forwards that can get out there and run, and we could either jump ahead, or we could keep up with maybe a high powered team, say like when we play Utah. That would allow us to get out there and get loose quickly, and then DJ will come in, Dwight will come in to, give breaks and, do what they do, add defense. But I believe AD needs to start at the 5 every night. Allow the Lakers to get up and down, get loose. Not allow a team to get into rhythm, because they start running pick and rolls and dragging our big guys out by the perimeter, and then that just frees up the middle for them to run all their sets and pretty much get what they want.
Right.
So I think it's it's time for us to quit being on the defensive end and get on the offensive end. Let us, we're gonna run out our most talented guys, our most skilled guys, and let us start playing from an offensive standpoint, put you guys on the defense.
Right.
So I think you touched on something real big with that. I hope the Lakers do it tonight. I mean, only person who's real big bruiser I see on Memphis is Adams.
Yeah, right.
So I see them trying to get up and down. I wouldn't. I mean, unless they're just really concerned with Adams that way, I probably wouldn't start DJ. I would start with AD. But we'll see what Vogel does.
We'll see what he does.
Yeah.
From everything I saw, I think he's rolling out with the same starting 5 tonight.
I believe so, because he seems to be the type that he needs to see it a few times, and then it's like he makes his mental analysis, and then say, all right, well, I done seen it against these 3 different dynamics, so let me try something else, So we'll see it.
Yeah, we'll see. So we got a comment. The Lakers are looking like a dumpster fire right now because the pieces they brought in are not fitting. I mean, yeah, in a way you're right, but let's keep in mind this is only game 3. We got 11 new players on this team, so it's going to take a little while to gel out. Game 3, and not just any game. Those first 2 losses, not just any 2 losses. To Phoenix, we went to the finals last year, right? And then go to State.
Yeah.
Those are 2 of the top teams. Two of the teams that are favored to be in the top echelon in the Western Conference. So and 2 teams that have camaraderie. They've been together, they've been there. Phoenix brought back everyone. They brought back all the same players, right? They added McGee, but everyone else is pretty much the same squad. So, and then we already know what the Warriors are. So it's gonna come together. It's time.
It's okay. I mean, our core for the most part, has been together. We just lost, two pieces of our core in AC and KCP departing. But for the most part, majority of the team has, been in positions where they made deep playoff runs, if not won a championship at some point in time in their career. Um, so that we're a battle tested team too. The thing is, we're just trying to figure out chemistry. I see the comment. To be kind of PC, I'm gonna call you Cop K or CK. I don't think they're a dumpster fire yet. I think that's a little premature. I know us as Laker fans, impatient. I'm one of them. I'm impatient when it comes to the Lakers. I know what it takes. We've seen a lot of winning being here, man. So we know what it takes, and we just want to see it move in that direction. But personally, I don't believe they're a dumpster fire.
Right.
The pieces aren't ideal, so I agree with you in saying that they're not fitting, but I believe they can fit, and those pieces can be adjusted.
Right.
And I believe we have the right people in those positions to where they'll make that adjustment. We have a perennial winner. Don't even need to say his name. And then we have another winner in AD. And then we have another perennial All-Star, future Hall of Famer who hasn't been to the mountaintop yet. And I believe at some point in time, contrary to what other people think, I believe at some point in time during the season that he will be the one. His hunger will kick in. His pride will kick in. Like, yo, this is not OKC, this is not Washington, this is not Houston. I'm at home. I'm in my backyard. Well, we're known for winning.
Yeah.
And there's no better place to tasting that winning than here.
Right.
So I believe, when the rubber meets the road, he'll be the one to
right.
Kind of make the necessary adjustments to say, man, let's go and get this ring.
Right.
Man. And I want to see him get it too. Because if we see his energy on the floor, man, dude, just imagine him as a champion. Like, Russ is someone I'm championing for, so I think he could get it done.
Right.
But right now they're going through some growing pains. I wouldn't call it a dumpster fire, even though, I respect your opinion on that. I wouldn't call it a dumpster fire though. I hate to say that it's still too early because you could be saying that to game 42. Oh man, it's still early. Half the season is gone. Like, no, at some point in time, it's like, okay, you need to turn it around. But right now, game 3, let's give it 3 strikes you're out. So let's give it a third game to kind of see if anyone is gonna make a necessary adjustment to that.
Yeah. Again, welcome to the Lakers Over Everything YouTube channel. We're live streaming for tonight's Lakers versus Grizzlies game. This is an early live pre-show. The rest of the pre-shows won't begin for another couple hours, but we're going early tonight because I'll be heading out to Staples for the game tonight. So thank you guys for coming in.
That traffic.
Right. If you guys are catching the replay, then welcome. Thank you guys for checking us out. Do us a favor, hit that like button. Also subscribe to the channel. We would love to have you guys here. We got another comment. A couple more. Russ needs to run with the second unit so he can play his game. And LeBron is the leader. He needs to rally the troops and get them to play harder on defense by leading by example. Both of those statements are true. Let's talk about first. Let's talk about this LeBron leadership role. Yeah, LeBron definitely needs to step up. Now, that's the one thing about LeBron. LeBron is kind of passive sometimes, and LeBron is very patient. So that's a good thing, as well as it can be a frustrating thing as fans. LeBron's been here. He's done it so many times. He's had new teams, and he took those new teams and led them to the championship. So I'm very confident he'll do the same thing here. So he's going to be a little more patient. He may not be as dramatic on the court. We may not see it, what we want to see. He may be a little more passive, but that's fine. I think that's fine. I think behind closed doors, he'll have those guys ready, and we'll start to see what we want to see on the court. Again, as we did say, it's only game 3. We don't want to keep using that excuse, come March and all that. Oh, it's not enough time. But I don't think we will. It is only game 3. Let's see what happens tonight. And, we'll push it from there. Russ needs to run the second unit so he can play his game. Bradley, we had this conversation.
Yes.
Yeah, Russ definitely does need to play with the second unit. Now, my opinion on it is he doesn't need to come off the bench, right? He can still start. He can do both. He can start and play with the second unit. He's talented enough to do so. He's young enough to do so. He has enough energy to do so. So that's what I would like to see. We kind of seen it, last game. Normally the first game, Russell was the first one out. But last game, Russ stayed on the floor. He played that entire first quarter. So he played with some of the guys who came in off the second unit. He played a little with AD. I think Russ just needs to be out there as much as possible for him to get used to things, for him to get in the swing of things, and for everyone else to get accustomed to Russ. Russ plays this game 100 miles per hour, and we haven't even really seen that yet. We saw glimpses of it in the fourth quarter, as we spoke about, Bradley spoke about, we saw glimpses of it, in the fourth quarter on Friday, but we haven't seen that for 48 minutes straight just because we're still trying to get acclimated to one another. He's trying to get acclimated to playing with LeBron and AD. They're trying to get acclimated to playing with him as well as everyone else. It's not just those 3. Everyone else has to get their fit in too. So, but Russ does need to play with both units.
CK, I definitely agree with that. I started having a little doubts, after game 1. Was thinking, well, maybe Russ don't need to start. Maybe he sits out the first 3, 4, 5 minutes and then comes in. But like I said, me and Marcel, we talked about it. And I kind of saw what he meant. We both agree that he needs to play heavy minutes with the second unit. And I think he still young enough, still has enough left in his body to do so. And I believe he could start and do that as well. As opposed to Russ being the first one sitting down, maybe sometimes LeBron go ahead and get that rest because we want LeBron's body to hold up,
right?
The entire season, through the entire postseason.
Right.
So AD as well, we all know about AD, so definitely want them staying healthy throughout the course of the season. As opposed to like Russ, he's always seemed like Iron Man. So I believe Russ can play heavy minutes on a nightly basis and carry that on throughout the postseason. And with him playing heavy minutes with the second unit, I think that's a great combatant to other teams' second units. If you look at games 1 and 2, really game 1. We lost the game in the fourth quarter with Golden State's second unit.
Right.
Steph was not on the floor initially.
Right.
Draymond was not on the floor initially. They just had young guys just, using their youth, using their athleticism. Like, hey man, we're gonna draw you out, spread you out, and we're gonna get you guys scrambling all over the place, and then we'll make you pay for your mistakes.
Right.
Game 2. I mean, I had to give him credit. CP3 had a great game from top to bottom. But everyone else wasn't, like, in my opinion, just dogging the Lakers. It happened with that second unit, with that wave of youth.
Mm-hmm.
Hate to say it, it kind of proves some of the haters right. But with that wave of youth, that come in and then boom, they're the spark. They come in, they get a lead, and the vets come back in and protect the lead.
Yeah.
So I believe with Russ, with that second unit, we have enough young guys. Albeit some of our young guys are injured at the time. Right now, THT, Ellington still, he's a little older, but he still has some youth in his legs. What do you call it? But if we have Russ out there with a Monk that's out there, although Monk is not a great defender, he has a lot to learn. I believe it can be learned. First time him being on a team with some real quality vets. So they'll teach him,
Yeah, right.
him. And so then he kicks in a little more of that defensive unit. Offensively, you know, they'll go. They'll go. You know, you give me Russ Monk, Melo, AR-15. You know what I mean? And you can give me a Dwight with that unit. You know, or if you want to play Melo at the 5, like how he just manned up, say, hey, you know what? I'm taking McGee. You know, you want to put Melo at the 5, and you know you run Reaves out there at the 4 and Monk at the 2 and give me Bays at the 3 or something like that. I believe that unit will stop other teams from trying to come in with their youth movement in the second unit.
Yeah,
and you know, trying to either gain a lead or come back or you know, expand the lead. It'll negate all of that.
right.
So Russ, very good point, man. Russ with the second unit, I believe the whole Laker nation as a whole, you know, strongly wants to see that. And I think that'll be a good thing for us this season.
Right. Yeah, and then as you mentioned, keep in mind with that second unit, we're out. No Kendrick Nunn, no THT. We haven't seen either of them this year. So and then no Wayne Ellington. Wayne Ellington will probably push him to that. Well, it was rumored he was in that starting lineup.
No Ariza.
Yeah, no Ariza. You know, no Ariza. So yeah, those guys have been out. You know, it kind of Vogel had and the coaching staff had to kind of adjust their lineups. So it's kind of difficult, you know, to do that on the fly because we wasn't expecting those injuries. So it is. I think it'll all work out. But yeah, as you know, again, great point with Russ playing with that second unit. I just think, man, if Russ can play 48 minutes, keep him out there 48 minutes. Let him play with all everyone.
I don't think that much, man. I mean, you gotta give him man a little bit of rest. But
Lakers need to play a team
high 30s.
Yeah, Lakers need to play a team-oriented defense since we don't have good on-ball defenders. Of course, yeah. So obviously we lost Alex Caruso, KCP. They were two of the better, you know, on-ball defenders in the league.
Yes.
Not just on our team, but in the league. So we lost that. So you know, so yeah, we do have to play some good team defense, and I think over time that'll come. You know, there's spurts that you see it. We saw it in the fourth quarter. You know, last game. It's just that's going to come with time and chemistry. You know, where we're on that string. You know, where everything, you know, everything just lines up perfectly. I think over time we'll get there. With AD is, you know, invested on the defensive side of the ball. He wants that defensive player of the year this year. He's our defensive leader. So I think he'll preach that. We already know Vogel. He's a defensive minded coach, so he's going to preach that. And it's just going to come as we get healthy. You know, we'll get it. Ariza was supposed to be big for us defensively. THT, they challenged THT to be a big time defender. You know, to be that, to take over that Alex Caruso role and all that stuff. You know, so these injuries kind of hit us. None. He's a solid, you know, a good defender. He'll get better, you know, being on this team, I believe. You know, those injuries happened. We had to go out and sign Avery Bradley. You know, Avery Bradley got signed on Monday, and Tuesday he was out there playing, you know, so he didn't even practice with the team. So, you know, it's going to come with more practice and more time, you know, but I think we'll definitely get there. We'll definitely be a team, you know, a team defensive team. You know, we have to be a team defense.
Yeah, most definitely. Another great point. I think it'll come. I saw against Phoenix, they had players, some veteran players, some new players, had a little indecisiveness on defense. That'll come. You know, I think that's mostly attributed to they're new together.
Right.
You know, for the guys who's new to the team, new to the coaching staff, it's a new defensive scheme for them. Even though they've been in the league, it's a new defensive scheme.
Right.
And there were a couple times where some of the vets maybe got a little confused with the new guys being out of place. I saw, like I said, I saw just overall indecisiveness, and I believe it was just because they were kind of expecting one guy to maybe be here, or hey, I'm supposed to hedge him off. You know, you follow him all the way through, or you're gonna trail him around topside,
right?
As opposed to, undercutting the screen or on a pick and roll. One guy just felt like, hey, maybe I just hedge and I get back. It was like the guy who was trailing was expecting him to, roll all the way with him.
Uh-huh.
And I just seen little mistakes like that I know they'll take care of that in practice.
Right.
They'll go over that. So all of that to get straightened out. Like you said, they're not on the string yet. It will come. We're very capable. Very capable. We have enough players with the correct mindset that want to play defense.
Mhm.
The heart, the heart, you have to be self-motivated. That has to come from yourself. Not to be too tough on them. But I'll follow Big Game James this thing. Like, hey, that's a mano a mano thing.
Uh-huh.
You can't wait to, oh man, we're games 1 and 2 in to, find the heart. No, you got to have the heart from the jump.
Right.
You gotta have that pride from the jump. And defense, it takes that. If you want to play defense, you can play defense. If you don't want to, you're gonna give a haphazard.
Yeah.
Effort. So yeah, it'll come. Like I said, all of that'll be worked out in practice.
And to be on the floor on this team, you're gonna have to play defense. I think
most definitely.
The only guy who gets passed is probably Melo.
Most definitely. Vogel at this point, he ain't gonna say nothing to Melo.
Right.
Hey, Melo, get back. Melo, you just reached your hand out there. What are you gonna say to Melo?
Right.
I mean, but look, hey, but look, we making jokes about Melo.
Yeah.
But Melo came out against Phoenix and sat in the chair.
He did. You know what I mean? He still got that body. He still got that strength. So
man.
Yeah.
And that might be the thing. Dude's a little longer in the tooth, man. He still got a strong body. He ain't got them legs to chase them young boys around on that perimeter. But let him get down low and body up. McGee frail, behind, couldn't do nothing with him. Melo's a bull. Melo's a bull.
Body. Big boy, right?
And he's 6'8", man. I mean, 6'8" was, in the 90s. That was Karl Malone, Xavier McDaniel. So he could get down there and do it, man. Let him get down there. Like, hey, I don't have to move that far from the basket. Now, if he playing a stretch forward and that's easier for him on defense. But somebody trying to get down low, trying to be a bruiser, let him throw him on a Millsap here and there. I believe he can handle it. I think it'll save him too.
I'm excited.
Save him from chasing them young boys around.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Melo on defense. What up, LA Sports Live? Welcome. Our boys here,
man. Welcome.
What's up, sir? Over everything. We're gonna get that W tonight, baby. It's the first, Sunday fun day of the season. Those Lakers whites will be out tonight. You see Mamba back there. Bryce Bradley, Lakers white back there.
There you go.
And I got the fresh.
There you go.
Fresh Westbrook. Lakers.
The OG Froby.
Right. So we're gonna get that W tonight. Again, we got Memphis. Memphis is in town tonight. 6:30 p.m. tip off. We're live today, a little earlier for the pregame show because I'll be heading out there to Staples in a few. But yeah, we're gonna get that W tonight. Memphis is 2-0, man. 2-0. They beat Cleveland, which ain't, it is what it is. And then they beat the Clippers last night. So they come in 2-0. We come in 0-2. Something's got to give tonight. And it's gonna be them. They're gonna take that first L. We're gonna get that first W.
Hopefully tonight is the start of Lakers getting back to that.
Right.
No 2 losses in a row.
Right. That was our motto. In that 20 season. And then 2. Let's talk about the schedule. We need to get this W tonight because the schedule kind of lightens up a little bit. So this would be a great time to get to build a nice little win streak. So we got Memphis tonight, tonight, and then at Staples, and then Tuesday we're on the road, right? We're on the road at San Antonio. We go to San Antonio for the Spurs on Tuesday, and then Wednesday it's our first back-to-back. So Wednesday at OKC. So Tuesday at San Antonio, Wednesday at Oklahoma City. And then Friday, we're back at Staples for the weekend, Friday and Sunday against Cleveland and against Houston. So this is a nice little time to build up a nice little, stack up some.
Oh yeah, most definitely. We need to catch, especially the last two. We need to catch those two up in teams. Um, Slipping. Hopefully they'll be a little mesmerized with the bright lights and,
right.
and superstars and
right.
legends.
Right.
And take advantage of that.
Right.
These guys are very young. I mean,
yeah.
Half of them will still be in college, or should still be in college. So, hopefully we catch them slipping.
Nice young team. Nice
take advantage of that. Get a couple easy wins, knock that rust off.
Right. Memphis and the Bulls are going to be a problem this season. You're right, man. They're young and they're hungry. The Bulls, Bradley already know how I feel about the Bulls. I put my my little season predictions out there, and I had the Bulls number 2 in the East. That's how sold I am on the Bulls, man. They are impressive. Speaking of Lonzo, he had a triple-double last night, for the other night. So he became the first. Take this stat how you want to take it. I looked at it in 2 different ways. He's become the first player to record a triple-double on 3 different teams, and before 24 years old. I'm the youngest player to ever do it.
Okay.
So that's good. But then on the flip side is why he's on so many teams. Why is he?
There you go.
So I'm taking out. Interesting. Hopefully Grizzlies were partying all night. That's that back-to-back. That's the thing, the advantage we have tonight. So LA Sports Live said, hopefully the Grizzlies were partying all night after beating the Clippers. That's one of the things that happens when you come to LA. Just come to LA, period. It's tough, right? Because you got so much going on, so much to do. But then when you have a back-to-back, that's even tougher. And then when you get us on the flip side of the back-to-back, because we're the better team in LA. We're the only team. That other team, it is what it is. But so we need to take advantage of that and beat up on them, with that, us being it being their second night of back-to-back. So, and again, we have ours this coming week 2, Tuesday and Wednesday, San Antonio, Oklahoma City. We got our first back-to-back. Mm-hmm. But we need to get this one tonight and get this road trip. This is our first game, our last game at home before 2 on the road. So we need to go on this road trip with a W.
Yeah, we definitely need to start that out. We need to Grizzlies should be the toughest test out of that 5. It would be great if we started out with a W.
Right.
When it comes to Spurs, I mean, man, we know Pop. He'll always have his teams ready.
Right.
So it's just the first game of that back-to-back. It'd be better if we go ahead and get that W. OKC should not be as tough. They're rebuilding. And then, like those 3, maybe we could, build some confidence and some continuity and just, we get in that 5-game stretch out, with some positivity.
Right.
I think that'll, set the trajectory for the rest of this season if they can do that.
Right. Here's a comment from Frank Vogel. This is after practice yesterday. I'm talking about the 0-2 start. He said, we played 2 tough teams to guard that are connected with their systems, Vogel said. We still have a strong belief of who we can be and the moves we can make. I think it's going in the right direction, but frustration is not winning. These are some of the greatest players to ever play because of their competitive spirit. So if you don't win, there's going to be frustration. That was Vogel talking about the little incident with AD and Dwight. And then here's also LeBron talking about the slow start, the 0-2 start. Of course, LeBron has experience with this in Miami, so he talked about this. What LeBron said, quote, I know the shortcomings that can happen when you're trying to build something special. It doesn't happen overnight. As much as you want it to, you're going to get frustrated because you know what you are capable of. You know what the team can be capable of. It just takes time. You'll know when that time is, and right now we have to continue to push. So that's that LeBron leadership coming in. Guys may get frustrated. It ain't happening. 0-2, it ain't happening. But LeBron, chill out. We're gonna get there. That's the thing. They all, when you hear them talk, they all say the same thing. We know what we're going to be. We know where we're going. We know the team. We know the team that we want to be, and the team that we want to get to be. So that's Melo says a lot, and I love that about Melo. Him being the elder statesman on the team. He's the oldest one on the team. He does echo that a lot, and they're all preaching the same thing. So it's good that they're all on the same page, with that. So we'll get there slowly but surely. We'll get there. Let's just hope that tonight, we start to kind of get on that. We'll get on that win column, and then that'll boost some confidence.
I don't think it's a matter of if. I think it's a matter of when.
Right.
If you look at the Lakers roster, I believe maybe DJ Monk, AR-15.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably the only guys. Melo.
Uh-huh.
They're probably the only ones that haven't gone to a finals.
Right.
Melo has reached conference finals before.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of the roster all has reached the finals.
Right.
Ariza, THT, Bazemore.
Right.
Maybe none. None made it to the finals against us.
Yeah. He was on that Miami team.
Yeah. Everyone on the team is battle tested. It's I don't believe it's a matter of if. Like, it will happen. It's just, I'm sure it was a ton of excitement before the season.
Mm-hmm.
A ton of expectation. Like I see in a comment somewhere in the past, like Russ had to stop smiling since he been here.
Yeah.
This is the first time he stopped smiling because he was frustrated game one.
The game one.
Yeah. But right now, the monkey on their back is just getting the first W.
Right.
Once they do that, the instincts is going to kick in, So I'm not in panic mode at all.
Not at all.
This Lakers, they should be able to do it. Look, we've already acknowledged that Memphis is a great up and coming team. They're going to play hard. Well coached.
Mm-hmm.
But we should be able to overcome that. We should be able to get the W, and it's going to come together sooner than later. I don't think it's going to take that long. A lot of people, think the sky's falling. Oh man, it's going to take the All-Star break. I think. I think a month in is gonna look very well.
Especially as we start to get T back and Nunn back, and then we're able to slide Ellington in there. Ellington, by the way, is day-to-day. Let's talk about the injury report real fast. Let's go. Friday. Obviously, Ariza is out. He's out for the longest. He's looking about 6 more weeks before he's evaluated. He's been out, pretty much all preseason. He had ankle surgery on his right ankle. So that's healing up. THT, he's also out. Remember, he broke his finger on the shooting hand, his right hand. He had surgery on that. So we're looking at 2 to 3 weeks before he's evaluated. Kendrick Nunn, remember Kendrick Nunn missed the season opener, and we thought he would be able to go on Friday, but he had a bone bruise in his right knee. So he's out. That kind of like that same timetable THT is on. Hopefully 2 or 3 weeks he'll be evaluated. We'll get him back. And then finally, Wayne Ellington. Wayne Ellington is day-to-day with that hamstring. He missed opening night as well. He has a little hamstring contusion. So he's day-to-day. Hopefully we'll see him on Tuesday. Tuesday in San Antonio. We'll see him, but he's definitely out tonight. He's out. He's on the out list tonight. So that's our injury report. Other than that, we're a go. Everyone else is a go. Monk is a go. Everybody's a go. Really fast, CK, I see your comment. I hate the criticism that AD is getting. Some Laker fans think that he needs to dominate like Shaq, but he isn't Shaq, and he isn't built like that. He is a finesse player. That is true. I said that a while ago. We became accustomed to those Lakers centers being dominant. It's been our history. And AD is dominant as well, but in his own way, Rice knows this. AD's been one of my favorite players since Kobe's been gone, just because I like all the things that he can do. He the ball, and then he can get down and poke. As fans, we do get frustrated because we're so used to, those Shaq Kobe days, and when we got LeBron and AD, we wanted to see that, AD dominating the paint. But yeah, he is a different player than Shaq. And those are tough shoes to fill. It's only one Shaq.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely.
AD, we just want to see more of it against some of these against some of these guys like Ayton, Ayton should not be able to, keep you out of the paint. So I think we'll see. We saw it in 2020. Remember, in 2020, AD was dominant. He probably was the best player on our team, in 2020. So we'll see it in stages. But yeah, we do get frustrated sometimes, because we want to see more of it. But I totally feel you, CK. I'm the same way. AD does get a lot of criticism, but that comes with greatness. That comes with being the big man on the purple and gold, right?
Definitely. Yeah. AD will be fine. Just a little bit of the effort. I was having this conversation on another forum. I'm wondering if the muscle and the weight that he's put on is hindering him in some kind of way. I remember years ago, Kobe had put on, 15, 20 pounds of muscle somewhere around there.
Right.
And he felt like he was playing with bricks on his feet.
Right. It takes a lot to get used to that.
Yeah. He said he was stronger. He was able to, take the punishment, but he felt like he lost a lot of his capabilities because his athleticism wasn't quite there like he was used to. And I wonder if that's the same thing for AD. AD was already strong, but everyone agreed that he needed to put on muscle and things to, better protect his body. But it seems to be an adjustment for him. His athletic ability isn't quite there yet. I mean, of course, he's still getting up in the air, but he seems a step slow.
Sure, yeah.
I think he's worried about the injuries a little too much. I was a little hard on him after game 2, but after looking at the game again, I'm looking and I'm thinking he doesn't want to get hurt. I mean, we all know that you can't play scared, but I think he has so much excitement and anticipation that he doesn't want to be the one to, break that nucleus up. So he's been a little tentative, but I would like to see him stay on his feet.
Right.
You kind of hold your breath every time you see him hit the deck.
Although,
so
on Friday, it wasn't as much of it as it was game 1.
No, it wasn't.
So we'll see. One thing too, the players yesterday they were in film. Yesterday, they were in film yesterday, and they did a lot of breaking down for the film. So I'm sure they saw a lot of stuff. They addressed a lot of stuff on film yesterday. But AD, we want a healthy AD, but we want to dominate AD as well. When the AD is the best player on our team, then it's tough to beat us. And I think a lot of that too is going to come with Russ, man. When Russ gets more settled, AD is going to get a lot more easy baskets, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's on the lobs or in the paint on mismatches in the paint because you got to double team Russ or LeBron or whatever, or if it's even Russ, that paint to great Russ driving in, collapsing that defense, kicking it out to AD because AD's been shooting horrible from the 3.
Well, he's shooting a little too much.
Yeah, he's shooting. Yeah. The first game he shot 5 threes, which is around where you want him though, 5.
I know. That's a Vogel thing.
Mm-hmm.
That started after we won the championship. Vogel said he wanted them up, I believe, to around 6 threes a game.
Right.
I'll ride with it. I'm not in favor for it, but I'll go with it. I don't want to see AD on the block the entire game, but I want to see a good mixture. I just want to see a good mixture.
Right,
on the block, mid-range, 3, catching the lob. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, let's just see a good mixture and mix up the blocks, CK,
look what CK said. James Worthy said AD's first 10 shots should be in the paint to get a rhythm before he starts shooting jump shots. Those are facts, man. He does need to start the game out in the paint, get some just dominate a little bit, catch some lobs, transition, whatever, and then start working his way out, doing all those other things.
See, the thing with that though, with AD, if you pay attention, his post game is limited, and a lot of people don't want to admit that. I'm a real Lakers fan. I'm gonna tell you that. I watch ball, closely. His post game is limited, and I believe that comes from his background as a guard. You know, true enough, he hasn't been a guard in a long time, but over these years, he's been steady learning and developing a post game. His post game on the left block mostly consists of face ups. He doesn't really have a back to the basket game on the left block. On the right block, he's mostly going to turn and go to the middle of the key, which is still kind of off for him being right-handed.
Right.
You know, he's shooting right-hand jumpers, crashing the middle of the lane, you know, with his shooting hand closer to the defender.
Mm-hmm. Right.
As opposed to when he's on the left block, he's doing the same thing, because when he does drive on the left block, he's going baseline.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to if he went to the middle of the key, now you're shooting like a jump hook, and no one will be able to stop that.
Mm-hmm.
But when he goes towards the middle of the key from the left block, he's shooting a jumper or a fadeaway, which is letting the defense off the hook. So as much as I want him to have his first 10 shots or whatever and operate a lot from the post, we know that that's not really going to get him going that way, because they're going to end up being jumpers anyway, is what I'm trying to get to. You know, so you have to let him shoot that three to get it out of the system. And Vogel is going to make him shoot it anyway, because he wants him to get the threes up. And then, you know, you have to let him get on a post too. But like you said, he's not Shaq. Like, he's not going to go down there and give you 10 jump hooks in a row. It's just not going to happen.
Right.
Yes, I do believe that. Let me answer that. LA Sports Live, AD needs to work with Hakeem on that post game. Can you imagine? OMG.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yes, I can imagine. It would be amazing.
It would be,
in fact,
that would be crazy.
AD has a plethora of talent that he can work with in his back pocket. Kareem will come out to work with anybody in the purple and gold. I'm sure Shaq would help. James Worthy would help. Hakeem would help no matter what team you're on. You know, so these guys have this. The guy, I don't like to count people's pockets, but he has the contract to get it done also. Right. You know, you have a couple more beans in your pocket that you can hand out to people to employ them to come help you. So this is just something that you need to add to your repertoire every offseason.
And everything you said is so true about his game being limited on the left block. And it actually was more limited before he came. It's gotten a little better working with Phil Handy, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, imagine
definitely
worthy of those stats. I could tell when I got home and watched the Lakers, Lakers, you know, the show with James Worthy and all that. James Worthy was a little disappointed. He was kind of mad.
Yeah.
But yeah, he worked with some guys, man. But him working with Hakeem, that'll be crazy.
We saw what it did for Bean. You know, Bean already had impeccable footwork.
Right.
And like, you know, that pro loan that made number 24. You know, have that same equal Hall of Fame career that number 8 had.
Right.
You know, so, yeah, most definitely.
So again, the Lakers are in action tonight. It's Lakers game day. Tip-off is tonight, 6:30 p.m. at Staples Center against Moran and the Memphis Grizzlies. They are in town. They come in undefeated after defeating the Clippers last night in the same arena. But we're going to try to spoil that tonight. They're not coming to LA. Going home 2-0. They got that 1-1. 1-1.
Yeah.
At Staples this year.
Yeah.
So we're excited about that. We're trying to get that first W tonight. You know, we're 0-2. We all know. We're all frustrated. We're all ready for a W. And tonight, let's get it.
Yeah, most definitely. Lakers was prime. I think they had enough. They've seen enough. I think they'll come out energized, hungry. You know, it's funny. You talk about vets having to be hungry against a young team, but I think they'll come out hungry and they'll get it done. And they'll shake that off. They'll shake those first 2 blunders off. And, you know, this is the start of a good season
get it going.
right
here.
We gotta, tonight.
Again, we talked about earlier, the schedule kind of lightens up a little bit. So this will be a first great, first W to get tonight. Before we go, let's talk a little bit about Austin Reaves. What you call that man, Brodie?
AR-15.
AR-15.
Let's go.
AR-15.
Let's go. Had to change his nickname.
Man,
had to change his nickname a little bit. You know, I called him HBK for short.
Yeah,
I just couldn't do that to Bean. Just couldn't do that to Bean, man. So I called him HBK for short. And we had to go ahead and change that name. Austin Reaves.
Right.
He's a shooter. AR-15. We had to go and get him a new nickname. I like him. The young man hustles. He has heart. He has grit.
Right.
I love it so far, man. I'd rather him get them 3-point touches, man. that man shoots a nice ball right there.
He's gonna take somebody's minutes. He's gonna take.
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. He's
gonna take somebody. In fact, we didn't see him the first game. He didn't play at all. I thought he would. You remember, Bradley? I was high on him. I was like, man, he could be in a rotation. So he didn't play the first game. Last game, he came in the fourth quarter, and he was a plus 17. That plus minus. We already know the league is driven by analytics. That's the analytic for you. Plus 17. We were down by 32. We got it down to 9. And that was with him in the lineup. So he was energetic. He's not afraid to take the shot. That's what I love. And he calls him AR, AR, because he has that quick release. He's a quick sniper. So I'm excited. I'm excited about him. I think we'll see him a little earlier tonight. I think we got to throw him in the rotation a little earlier tonight.
Man, he got the heart. He got the heart. He was in there playing D.
He's a willing defender. He's a willing defender.
Willing, very willing. I love that. I like both sides of the ball, but I really like defensive-minded guys who aren't afraid, who don't just play defense because they have to. He seems like he wants to, like you said, willing defender, and that's a good thing. We'll see how his development goes. No one's crowning him on ball stopper or nothing like that yet, but man, give me the effort. Show me the effort. And that's what he did. Unfortunately, some of the guys that's back in the training room, I mean, I know y'all got the contract and the status of the league, man, but this young man seemed like
he's gonna
take some minutes.
LA Sports Live lineup change tonight. We talked about that a little earlier. I'd love to see lineup change. I'd love to see AD at the 5, but I think Vogel's going to roll out with the same starting lineup. It's not going to be confirmed until, again, we're on early today because I'm heading out to the arena for tonight's game, but it's not going to be confirmed until Vogel comes out and says it a little closer to tip-off, within the next few hours. But I think he's going to roll out the same lineup, same starting 5 tonight, just because Adams is in there. So we're going to, put a big, have a big to go up with Adams. I did see over on one of the Lakers chats that I'm in, over on Bleacher Report, the Lakers chat over there. A lot of people were saying they wanted Dwight in the starting lineup, but Dwight needs to come off the bench, man, for that energy. And this is not saying that DJ is better than Dwight. We're not saying that at all. It's just Dwight, that energy that he brings on that second unit. That I believe that's why Dwight comes off the bench. Same thing in 2020. I think Dwight was probably a little better than McGee, but McGee was a starter all that year, and Dwight came off the bench just because of the energy purposes.
Yes.
Boy, I would love to swap out DJ for McGee right now. Right? I would love to see. Look at LA Live. He said, I can't wait to see Austin Reaves dunk at Staples Center. It's going to be crazy. Right, man. When we see Reaves take flight for the first time and get that dunk, it's going to be crazy in Staples Center. It's going to be crazy. I can't wait to see that either. LA
We need that. We need one of those energetic, fast break, game breaker.
Yeah, with Russ.
Breakaway Westbrook dunks.
Right.
That make teams call timeouts.
Tonight. We're going to get
make teams call timeouts and Staples Center go crazy.
Right.
Yeah, we need one of those.
We're going to get that tonight.
We need some of those.
I'm going to be there. I'm going to capture it tonight. So y'all make sure y'all head over to the Lakers Over Everything Instagram page and get us over there because we'll post it up. Church Revolution, nice to see you, man, on this Sunday. Our guy, much respect to DJ, but we on the floor. With much respect to DJ, but when he's on the floor, it's 4-on-5 ball. Right? He's slow. He ain't the same DJ. Hey, but come to find out, I think I told you this earlier, Bryce. with that starting lineup on the floor, we're plus 4, plus minus.
Yeah,
So I
actually,
think that's the only thing that's keeping the lineup going is that, that analytics point of view of it all. Plus 4. Of course, it's, again, small sample size, but it is what it is. But yeah, everyone sees it. DJ Bryce, you already know how I feel. He shouldn't be getting no minutes.
Oh, I know.
As a
Same,
starter,
same,
no minutes
same
at
with
all.
me.
And garbage
Same
time,
with me.
none at all. He should be sitting on the bench cheering. He should be a veteran in that locker room, a locker room guy.
Yes.
AD needs to start at the 5, and then Dwight needs to back him up off the bench.
Yes. Totally agree.
Right. So
I'm right there with you.
eventually, I think we'll get to that eventually. But for now, Vogel, I think tonight we're gonna have the same. But I don't know. Vogel might come out and surprise us and start AD. But I don't know. I think he's gonna roll out with the same starting 5.
CK, Lakers just signed Jay Huff. He is active, but will Vogel play him over DJ? I highly doubt it.
He was in street clothes on Friday. He was in street clothes.
Yeah, I don't know that much about him. I do a little more research.
He's a stretch 5.
But at the moment, I don't think so. I think it's comfortable. I believe it's comfortable to continue going with DJ.
Right.
Experience, even though he started out thin, DJ has filled out very nicely over the years. So, he still has some strength and he could battle down low and he could give you some quality minutes. That's the thing I feel about DJ. I feel like if DJ's minutes were reduced, you would get more quality out of those minutes.
Well, he although he started, he's not playing big minutes. He played like 13 minutes game 1, and I think he was somewhere a little less than that on Friday. So yeah, I don't want him on the floor at all.
But his total of minutes, if you interject him at the right time,
right,
then you could maximize his minutes and it could become quality minutes. Mm-hmm. But if we just say if he's playing 13 minutes a game and we just leave him out there the first 13 minutes, or we leave him out there the first 8 and then he gets in 5, like at the start of the third.
That's how it's been. He's playing.
I don't think his full 13 will be quality as if you start him, first 6 and then quickly come off the bench with Melo or another forward, and slide AD to the 5.
Yeah.
And continue going that way. I think his minutes will be very impactful and meaningful.
If they're broken up a little bit.
So
yeah, J Hub, he's a 7'1" big, but he's a stretch 5, so he can stretch the floor. So I don't know, maybe we do have something there. LA Sports Live. Did you guys see Chicago Bulls fan calling Alex Caruso the MVP? Rob messed up legend. Yeah.
we all understand why he's not here though. Yeah, Marcel, go ahead and break it down to the fans if they don't quite follow.
Caruso, obviously a fan favorite, great defender, a great piece to that 2020 championship, and we definitely missed him. I wish he could be here, but it wasn't as easy as people thought. A lot of people think, we just chose THT over Caruso. That was a little different because his years in the league, it ended up being a lot more money, luxury tax wise. So it wasn't just a salary. Caruso is definitely worth the money he's getting. This year, what is it, like 9, 10, 11 million, or 12 million, whatever it is from Chicago. He's worth that. But on top of that, it was going to be the luxury tax. We already triggered the luxury tax. So by signing him on top of his salary, it would have been like another like $40 million, $40 million on top of his salary. And this is not the salary cap. This is like real money.
Luxury tax, yes.
Luxury tax. Taxes money out of Jeannie Buss's pockets. So she would have been paying Caruso another, $40, $50 million on top of his salary. So that's why Caruso didn't go. And then it would have compounded with everyone else, because if you look how we did things, once we made that rush trade, we had to fill out the roster contracts. With each and every one of those contracts, although those vet minimum contracts are only $2.4 million, there's money added on top of that because of the luxury tax. So you're looking at, if we were to kept Caruso, you're looking at $80 to $100 million and luxury taxes that we would have had to pay just to keep Caruso here. So that's why we kept THT, because THT's been in the year. He has more years. He has lesser years in the league than Caruso. So the luxury tax is a little smaller. So I understand the move. It's just a cap casualty, I guess you chalk it up as, which happens when you have a big three. This is what happens. So we lose key role players like that, and but best
for the fans. Yeah, for the fans, if y'all don't know, since they changed the rules on the luxury tax, I renamed it the Lakers tax because it was designed to stop one franchise from dominating in free agency and signing everybody.
Right.
So, and guess what team it hurt? It hurt the team it was designed to hurt. But without saying negative, it was designed, without sounding too negative, it was designed to stop the very franchise that it ended up stopping from re-signing its championship players and, gaining a monopoly on the league. Right. So,
Church Revolution.
Have to live with it.
yeah, unfortunately. But it's all good. We're going to overcome it. Church Revolution 2, Vogel is kind of out of his sweet spot trying to integrate all these new pieces to make the offense work. He needs to just focus on getting the defensive scheme solid. Bron gonna figure right. That's the reason why I totally agree. Church Revolution. That's why we got Fizdale, right? Fizdale was supposed to handle that offense and get things going. So I believe we will. It's just Vogel's gonna take all the heat. Vogel's always gonna be the scapegoat. Vogel's always gonna be on the hot seat, which it comes with being the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, right? However, I think he responded to it very, very well in 2020, and I think he'll do the same thing. I'm up and down on him, but that's why we got Fizdale to integrate that offense, get the offense going. We lost Jason Kidd, obviously, so Fizdale's trying to get acclimated too. Fizdale's from LA, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's back home too. So it's a lot of pressure on him. It's his first time coaching. He's never coached here, right? In LA?
No, he's never been an assistant here. He had a stint in New York. And,
so
Memphis.
He's back home too. So that carries a lot of pressure, man. You coming home, you playing for the crown jewel of the league. You playing for a team that's on that on the sports Mount Rushmore. The Lakers are definitely on that sports Mount Rushmore. So it's a lot coming home for that. So I think in time, but yeah, great point, Church Revolution 2. Vogel definitely just needs to focus on that defense and let the rest of them figure it out. But it's just being the head coach, it's a lot of pressure, man. Being the head coach for the Lakers. And we can't, I don't want to let Vogel go. We know all the head we ran through before we got him. So we got to keep him. Church Revolution 2, he got another one. The Lakers didn't win 2020 because they scored 125 per night. They won because of defense. That's true. And as we get a little more locked in, then the defense, we'll get to where we want to be defensively. But we're just so talented on offense that we're gonna put up points on offense. Without the systems, with no systems at all, no offensive schemes and all that stuff. That's just how talented we are. So I think the more settled we get in offensively, then our defense will tighten up. But on the flip side of that, the more we get settled in defensively, the more potent we'll be on offense. So it's just something that's going to take time, man. It's going to take time, but great points.
Yes.
CK, great information, brothers. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for being here. All you guys.
Appreciate it.
It makes things a lot more fun when we have you guys over here. So we appreciate you guys, especially you three. You three been over here all the time. So much love. Shout out to all three of you.
Yeah. Just touch on that second point, Church Revolution 2 made. I'm with you on that point. The Lakers didn't win the 2020 because they scored 125 per night. They won because of defense. That's most definitely it. That's been Vogel's calling card, and that's why I said I believe I don't think you were on earlier when I mentioned this. Once the Lakers get it right defensively, they're gonna be a tough out. They're gonna be a tough team to deal with. I saw a lot of indecisiveness against Phoenix, and I know that has to do with us having 11 new players. I know we have we have vets. We have guys who have been on the team before. We have guys who have played on teams that made long, deep playoff runs. But at the same time, this is a different scheme. You have to get used to other players' tendencies, um, and that will come. Right now, like one example I pointed out, as opposed to like we're having guards on the pick and roll. They'll chase. Okay, so the guard that's guarding the ball handler is agreeing to, hey, I'm going to chase him around instead of going under. Um, but the other guy that's supposed to guard the roll, the guy who's going to roll, he may hedge or he may not go out there at all, and then the defense is just totally collapsing at that point. So it's just that from the team being so new and not having that continuity together yet, that we're having defensive breakdowns. I mean, if you look at it, Lakers were getting blown out. Let's just call it what it is. They were getting blown out by 32 in the third, going into the fourth, and they chopped it all the way down to 9.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for the new team. So that you know what they're capable of. Golden State, high power. They want to, they shoot a lot of threes. They didn't get blown out. It got out of hand at one point quickly.
Right. In the fourth.
It got out of reach. I don't even say out of hand, but it got out of reach quickly in the fourth at one point. And this is with Steph having a bad shooting game. Now, I would like to give the Lakers a little bit more credit. Everyone says Steph shot poorly.
Oh, no,
I like to believe that was the defense.
Bazemore.
Yes. And then Bradley came in. No. Yeah, Bradley was in that game, wasn't he?
Yeah, Bradley came in.
Yeah.
Put him on.
Yeah, he came in the fourth. That's what it was.
Last
I would like to say it was defense. It's like, hey man, give us our credit too. Hey, we're not where we want to be at, but the defense came in and just off instincts. I feel like did a very good job against Curry that game. You see what he did the very next game. He went ballistic. So man, definitely that is definitely the Lakers calling card. Once they get that side of the ball down, like the offense, I've never really been worried about the offense. They could do what they could do. They could spread the floor out, 5 out, and just go one-on-one if they needed to.
Right.
Like they're that talented. I'm not saying that would translate to a whole bunch of wins, but if they needed to, like we have enough bucket getters on this team, that could go put some points on the board. But once they get everything down with the defense, which is what the fight was about with AD and Dwight.
Yeah.
But once they get everything down on the defense, it's going to be great. Those two, I don't expect to be on the floor all that much anyway together. It's going to be a big in the guards. And that's where the confusion was at. And once they get that down pat, how they're gonna run, how they're gonna defend certain players, or they're gonna protect the basket, or they're gonna hedge them out, or whatever they're gonna do. They'll figure it out, and man, that'll come together, and then we won't be having this discussion. But definitely, yeah. Defense has to be what the Lakers hang their hat on.
Right. Sorry if y'all see me waving. I'm in the studio in the garage, and I had the garage door open, and I got swarmed by some flies. The Church Revolution 2, also not trying to make excuses, but those uneven whistles didn't help. It's like we made 2 good runs in the first half, and every other run was stopped by calls that could have went either way. Man, that is true. I was there Friday night. Oh my God, it was
so very true.
It was ridiculous, man. The whistles that killed all the momentum, man. It literally sucked the energy out of the building. It sucked the energy out of the Lakers bench. Like you said, every run we went on, they were hampered by whistles, man. And Phoenix, we already know they play for the whistle. They play to the whistle. They play for the whistle. The whistle is part of their game, so they fit right in. And we complained a lot about the calls. Our guys were complaining a lot about the calls, and Phoenix would run down and get easy buckets. I saw so many plays where they're complaining, they're in the referee's face complaining, and Phoenix, outlet the ball, getting the easy dunk or easy layup because we're still complaining about a whistle. But and LeBron addressed that. He said, "Man, we cannot let whistles be the end of the world. We got to keep playing. We got to go." But the whistles were horrible. There were so many in the building. There were chants. The refs, you suck chants. F you refs. Mad.
I wasn't there, but you can hear it on the TV.
Oh, they had on TV.
Man, they definitely was that loud. That microphone was picking up everything.
Yeah, so it was a lot of that. It was a lot of boos. And Russell Westbrook, man, he gets no calls at all.
Yeah, he gets no love.
No calls. No love to be a superstar.
No love.
He on that top 75 list, man. Give him his calls. He on that top 75 list. Yeah, he gets no calls. But it was bad. It was real bad. It was real bad. So that's hard.
It's okay. It's okay. If that's happening, this how I came away from it last year when we lost to them in the playoffs. If it takes all of that for us to lose against them, when they get it together, it ain't gonna be nothing they can do.
Right.
They're gonna need a lot of help.
Right.
Right now, if right now the way the Lakers look, it's taking whistles for you to defeat the Lakers. Mm-hmm. You guys are in trouble. It's going to take a lot of help.
Right.
It's going to take a lot of help. And I'll tell you this just to throw it in there. If we get last game of the season or last game against Phoenix of the season last year, AD, yeah, them boys might as well throw the white flag.
Yeah.
Once they get that with the team that we have this year, they're in trouble.
Right.
They're in trouble. So Lakers are sitting good in my eyes. That's why I didn't even bring up about the whistles. The whistles, you're not happy about them in the meantime while it's going on. But, you look at it hindsight, you just got to, you got to take the, moral victory from it. And it's like, hey, dude, if you need whistles now to help you out, you're going to be in big trouble.
Big trouble.
You're going to be in trouble. And the whistles ain't going to be that way every night.
Yeah, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So, again, Lakers tonight. It's game day, baby. We got the Grizzlies in town.
Game day, a little less than 3 hours away.
Right.
We'll see.
I keep trying to see if Vogel mentioned the starting lineup tonight, but I don't think it's going to happen while we're on the line.
Yeah. It's probably a little too early.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. They are arriving. I'm seeing pictures. The Cats and Russ outfit tonight. So I'll be waiting to see every night. What is Russ wearing?
Man,
he has another one going tonight, so I'll post that on the IG page. But Russ, trade Russ for Buddy. No, I'm good on that. Come on, CA. Trade Westbrook for Buddy.
Man,
we'll be fine.
We'll be fine, man.
I understand that a couple months from now.
You know me. Yeah. I'm a GM. Oh, you out of here. I know perfect.
Yeah. You're gonna be ready to trade everybody. Hey, he said trade LeBron. I'm like, LeBron?
No. It ain't true. It just some things you gotta shake some things up.
Sometimes, man, when you got these losses, we be bad, man. They be taking. Hey, sometimes he gotta pull me out of doghouse. I gotta pull him out of doghouse because I be like, man, I'm finna go get me a Caruso Bulls jersey. MVP. Caruso. So it's tough, but that's all gonna change tonight. Church Revolution. Exactly. Once we figure it out, Russ, it's going to take Booker scoring 70 every night for them not to get swept. Right. Yeah, they're getting swept in the playoffs. If we see them in the playoffs, they getting swept. They can't do nothing with us. Phoenix, that is.
Man, I have to go and give them their propers. They just do. I was reluctant to, but CP3 played a great game.
Shout out
I can't take anything away from him, man.
He had 20 and 14 assists. It was wild.
Yeah,
he's the first player to score 20,000 points and 10,000 assists. The only player, first and only player.
He controlled that whole game. He looked like Jada. He like Jada Kiss on Versus, man. This dude was out here. He was running the show. It was nothing. Lakers looking like Dipset. It was nothing we could do.
Right. No, none. Welcome to the stream. AD was wrong for what he did to Howard. Yeah, he was dead wrong. AD is trying to insert himself as the leader because he's, everyone's telling him we need you to be the leader of this team, blah, 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 all that, which is all true, but that ain't how you do it. You don't do that in front of everybody where everyone can see it.
Definitely not.
I'm not looking forward to tomorrow because, Skip and all those guys, they gonna rip us a new one for that.
You're gonna tear us up.
We got to win tonight just to kind of soften that blow tomorrow.
Yeah, what do you call it? We win tonight. I think that quiets that man down.
Yeah, it was not a good look at all what AD did, and they said they hashed it out. It was just they were frustrated. Two competitive guys, two defensive guys, and they made a mistake on defense. And we'll get it back. We'll they'll be fine. They'll be fine. I don't think it's gonna be a big issue, but yeah. It was dead wrong. I said the same thing to you, Bryce. I said AD was dead wrong for that, man. I wouldn't feel that at all. And I would trade him.
He doesn't know yet, man. I'm gonna give him a little grace.
Yeah.
Doesn't know how to be a leader yet.
And he's around all these leaders, LeBron, Melo, Rondo. He's around all these guys. Even DJ. DJ was, to an extent, he was a leader over there on the Clippers,
And also a problem I had with that was, okay, you came at a guy like, okay, Dwight, AD, you're a number 1 overall draft pick, as well as Dwight.
Right. Yeah.
He knows how to lead a team. He was the man. He actually got his team to the finals
by himself.
So thank you. So I feel like he called out the wrong guy in the wrong type of way. It wasn't ugly. It wasn't a good look on my part, to me, on for AD. You know what I'm saying? You put your hands on the man, all of that. It just wasn't a good look. I understand frustration. Right. He's trying to settle into a new role, and that wasn't it. We see LeBron, or we hear about LeBron getting on players. If you're in the arena, you definitely can hear LeBron. He has that type of voice.
Yeah.
You'll hear him get on players, but he doesn't ever show any of the players up that way.
And then too, my biggest problem with it was at the time, AD had like 4 points and like 3 rebounds.
Yeah.
So come on.
Well, that lets you know it was pure frustration because he wasn't having a good game himself. Yeah. He ended up with around like 22 and 14, something like that. But at that moment, he wasn't having a good game himself. That was more about AD than it was anyone else.
It was all frustration. It was that. It was the whistles. All those whistles. We weren't getting no calls, so I'm gonna chalk it up at that. LA Sports Live. AD still learning how to lead on and off the court. There you go. You said it, man. That's true. And like I said, he's around all these cats who's led teams, Hall of Famers. The future Hall of Famers, and Russ and LeBron and Melo, Rondo, right? And out of all those guys, and Dwight, you had Dwight to the list, but all those guys on the list, that's the one you're gonna check. You ain't about to check Russ. You sure ain't about to say nothing to LeBron. You ain't about to say nothing to Melo. So, yeah.
Well, look, LA Sports Live said AD needs to get on Muck, not Dwight.
Right. And you see, did you notice this? When it happened, Kwame Brown said this on his YouTube. When it happened, everybody rushed Dwight to hold Dwight back.
Because,
Dwight would have threw AD up there to the championship banners.
Oh yeah. He might be a little goofy at times, but I don't front on him, man.
But I'm saying, Dwight ain't no joke. And then they protect the AD, so hopefully we won't see this no more. I think it's lesson learned. They know, AD had to learn the hard way. I'm sure they got in them, and told them no.
Let me get to this one because this man is speaking from my heart. With this comment,
right.
CK, he said, I used to like the Suns until they changed their mentality and started playing dirty, flopping and crying like a baby when they don't get calls.
Right,
dude. You don't know how many times I've said that. Going back to last year, I don't like it. It's ugly. They think it's backwards for me. To me, it looks more like immaturity. You see that with a lot of high school players. So for these guys to be at the highest level and they're acting like that, it comes across to me as One, you never been there before. You know what I'm saying? Number two, be one or the other. If you're gonna be dirty, flop and cry, then don't talk no head. Once you know that you about to win, man, that's what. Okay, look, this is another thing. LeBron, sorry,
He put Cameron Payne
into this. When he lit into Cameron Payne, everyone talking about, oh man, LeBron wrong. What he's so salty for? I said, no. I totally understand.
I get it,
bro. For 3.5 and 3 3/4 quarters, you ain't said nothing.
Nothing, right?
And this goes back to last year's first round playoff series with Phoenix. Phoenix was quiet as church house mouse until they knew the game was over and they was about to win.
Right.
Then they started all the chirping, all the talking. Okay, I can't do nothing to you now. I gotta wait the next game, or when the season was over, I gotta wait all the way to this season. They do the same thing. They whine, they cry. It was caught on camera close up. Chris Paul flopping, everything. Book always crying to the officials. Everybody talk about LeBron crying. Book be crying to the officials all day. Cameron always got a weird looking expression on his face every time he hit the deck. But boy, as soon as they know, oh, we getting ready to win, they chest is all poked out. They chirping. They talking like they the baddest boys on the block. And I get it. LeBron just had to get personal with that man and had to just lay into him. Like, look, dude, now you yapping. Like, let's be real. Campaign, you was really known for being Russ's dance partner. Like, you wasn't known for nothing else. You was out of the league. So, I mean, I ain't got no faults with LeBron when he came to saying that, man. I mean, I think it's something that needed to be said. Like, he told him the right words. Like, man, be humble, but not just him, the whole team. Y'all haven't won a championship yet. They haven't won a championship yet. Like, dude, you went to the finals. You went to the finals, and then an all-time great was just great against y'all. You know what I'm saying? So all that chirping you was doing, you took an L, bruh. Right. You took an L. And the man that you're doing all that chirping to, he got 4. And he been there 10 times.
10 times.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm just like, man, like be humble, dude. And I know I feel you with that. Because I feel the same way. I'm sorry to address him, no none. I feel the same way. That mentality came with CP3.
Right.
As much as I like CP3 and respect him, that part of him I dislike.
It was the same thing with the Clippers, right? Clippers was doing all that talking. It's our city, blah 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 blah.
They was chirping to the Lakers as soon as they had him.
And they never, what did they win? What did they do? So
it turned out to be nothing.
Carries right over to Phoenix. Y'all got to the finals. Y'all didn't win nothing. So what? Y'all got a Western Conference banner hanging? Okay.
It turned out to be nothing. I don't even think Phoenix is going back this year.
Oh no.
I feel like we are, but that's my biasness talking. If I could be,
let's be honest. We was up 2-1 last year. 2-1. We had the momentum in that series. It was going to be a gentleman's sweep, man. Last year. Let's go ahead.
Let's go ahead. Be honest with you.
I'm not trying to take away from Phoenix, but the fact is the truth. That and then what happened with the next series? Denver Murray went down, right? No Murray.
Yeah.
And then what happened in the next series? No Kawhi, right?
Yeah. For the most part, injuries are a part of the game. I don't try
to the superstars of the team.
Yeah. It was a messed up season all the way around.
Then no Kawhi. Like, come on, bro. It
was a messed up season all the way around. You had superstars getting hurt all over the place.
Right.
So it's a part of the game. It hurts you because you left with that shoulda, woulda, coulda feeling. But at the same time, you just have to run out there and run who we had. And we saw what we had when they were healthy. We saw what we did to you our last matchup for the season. Right. We saw what we did to you the first 3 games of that series, and they end up getting the upper hand. And in that time frame, I'm gonna give them their credit. They found something. They found something and they gained a lot of confidence. Aiden confidence took the hugest jump. This dude is talking back to AD now. At first he wasn't like that. All you had to do was throw an elbow in his chest, and the man was bowing out. CK,
we did see that. We talked about that earlier in the stream. He said, "Did
Yeah.
you see Booker mocking Westbrook with the rock the baby motion after he made it
Yeah,
through?" Like, yeah. That was a mess. I saw that. But
Yeah, you got to see him 3 more times this year, though. We're
Russ
going
is
to see
gonna
how many rock the babies.
that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Russ
Yeah.
player. Hey, I can't wait to see when we play them again, and see Russ in that game.
Definitely.
Um,
And
yeah.
look, going back to the Memphis game, it should be a good one. I'm excited to see Ja, even though it's on a back-to-back. I really enjoy watching some of the new up-and-coming talent.
Right.
Even though they're playing against my team, of course, I don't want them to win, but
Right.
I want to see everyone leave the arena healthy. I want to see people have good games, competitiveness, and what do you call it? I don't mind. I don't have a beef with Memphis right now. Like I by far wanted them to whoop Phoenix way more, but but back to Memphis, man.
And Golden State.
Yeah, oh, most definitely. But back to Memphis, man. Good game. I believe Lakers should come out on top. I don't believe it's a blowout either direction. But the Lakers should etch out a good hard fought game. I don't think it's going to be hard fought to the wire, but I think the Lakers will get the handle on these young guys pretty early. And I think they should just be in control of the game. I feel like Memphis will probably threaten. I mean, I could be totally wrong. This guy Ja could come out here, Jared Jackson. They got him back. They could have a lights out night, but I just see Lakers and the vets that they have in their pride. I see them not wanting to start off 0-3. Like you said, LeBron has been there first year in Miami. So I could see that he's like, hey, you know what? I already been down this road before. We got to come out and do X, Y, and Z. They do that. They execute. They get a really good confidence boosting W over this young, very good competitive team. And like I said, I believe this will be the start. I believe this will be the start to the season turning for the type of season that we all believe that they will have.
Right. It's gonna be a fun game. Ja versus you're right, CK. Ja is becoming a superstar in the league. Right. I love his game. I love him. So that matchup tonight is gonna be nice to see Ja versus Russell Westbrook. So you guys enjoy that tonight. It's gonna be fun. This is one of those fun games, man. And this is the reason why I was so excited about getting Westbrook, because for these type of games, Russ can match that energy. On a Sunday night, in Sunday night in October, we could see Russ, do his thing. So I'm excited about that. Again, Memphis is 2-0. We're 0-2. So something's got to give tonight. So let's get after it. Memphis is the second night of the back-to-back. As Bob just mentioned, second night of back-to-back. So we gotta capitalize on that. We gotta take advantage of it, and let's get it. Yeah.
Definitely.
CK Memphis has a great young team. Yeah, they do.
They do.
And we have, some of our young guys are out, but we got our vets. So our vets, we got to do what we got to do tonight, and let's get that W. All right. The hour's been a little long. We're hitting the 2-hour mark, so we're gonna get off of here. I have to head out to get on the freeway, head out to Staples Center for tonight's game. Try to get there a little early so I can watch catch some warm-ups and all that stuff. You guys, thank all of you for coming, hanging out with us. Again, we know we're a little earlier today, so we didn't have as many folk on here because we know it's a football Sunday. It's an NFL football Sunday, but luckily both of our squads was off. My team, I'm a Steelers fan. He's a
Cowboys fan.
I'm not even.
Yeah. It's okay. I got it.
That's his squad. That's his squad.
5-1. I'm a 5-1 Cowboys fan.
That's his squad. Enough of that. That's his squad. So both of our teams had a bye, so we got on here a little earlier today so I could get out to Staples. So thank you guys for checking us out. If you're catching a replay, thank you. We appreciate you guys. We hope you guys enjoy the show. We hope you guys enjoy the game tonight. Let's get that W.
Yes.
Probably no post game tonight. I'll probably do a little one, a small one from Staples Center, like I did on Friday night. But we'll catch you guys in the next video. Make sure, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, join our family. Also turn on that notification bell. So every time we do drop a new video, whether it's a video, whether it's us going live, you'll get that notification, and you can come join us. All right. There we go right there. CK, close it out. Go Lakers.
There we
Purple and
go.
gold till we die. Purple and gold we ride. Let's get a W tonight. Let's go Lakers. Let's go.
Get that first W.
Y'all be blessed. Y'all be safe. You guys enjoy your Sunday night. Lakers Kimbo, enjoy the game. We'll talk it up. We'll chalk it up, and we'll get on here and do this thing again. All right.
Yep, most definitely.
Right, purple and gold till we die. Purple and gold we ride. Lakers, we out. You guys have a blessed one. Peace out.
Peace out.